we're gonna figure out a better system. And it's just been a tough couple of years trying to stay focused, to stay engaged, to have the desire even to get out and do some gardening. And has just not been favorable. The weather, the pests has not been favorable for us. Grasshoppers, really bad. More in the last 3 years than I ever remember, especially growing up. We had grasshoppers, but they were so bad, and it was discouraging. Hey, what's up everybody? John here, Delighted Acres Farm. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. It is the, what's the 20th day of September, I believe? Whatever, I don't know. You can look it up. It's a Saturday, whatever that date would be. And I'm back here with, got the chickens here in the background. And if you've been watching any amount of time, you know that this little run that I created, it took a forever amount of time for me to get it finished for a lot of different reasons. Part of it was health, part of it was weather, and part of it was just not prioritizing time and whatever. But I got it done earlier this year. Well, whenever I finished, I just left everything setting. And so there are, if you can see, there's little pallet stuff, little pieces of wood over there, and I'm going to, I got a lot of things going on today. Kelly's out here, she's working in the garden spot, and we're trying to get some of that cleared out. And I'm gonna try to move this stuff from around the chicken pen and stack it up. So right here beside you guys is a concrete slab. I think it's like 10 by 18, something like that. I don't know exactly, but it's where the original chicken house was whenever my grandma moved over here. And so that's where it's a concrete slab. So I'm gonna put all this wood and all that over here. And I might even go over there where I have all my free pallets and wood and all that stuff that I got last year from work. And I might try to bring some of that over here. We'll see. I don't know if I'll actually do that because I also got to mow and I have some other stuff that I need to get done. So, but right now I'm going to try to take care of this stuff, move it, and then see what I can get into. You guys, how are y'all doing? How's y'all? I hope y'all had a good week. I haven't put out a full video in a couple of weeks. Just how it goes sometimes. I put up a couple of shorts, and you know, those, if you didn't see those, go back and check those out. But for right now, I'm gonna put my gloves on, I'm gonna get busy and start putting stuff over here. So thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, so just got a bunch of pine needles. A lot of these have been on here, I don't know, a couple years. And my ladder, I need to take care of that as well. So it's gonna go over here somewhere, eventually back into the shop, which I should have done that a long time ago. But yeah, see, all this stuff, it's just right in the way. We can't get up against here if we needed to do something. And I've had to chase the chickens around a couple of times, and you can't chase them up close because they go this way, and then I have to come all the way out here. It just doesn't work too good. So just gotta move this stuff. And like I said, right now I'm probably going to worry about this and not so much about the stuff over there. Wrong wire. Need to utilize that at some point. don't know if there's any critters living over here, but I'm about to find out, I bet you. See, all things at work this last couple weeks has been a little different because, as I told you before, if you're not aware, I'm a job coach for adults with developmental disabilities. And Monday through Thursday, I work at a place called Nortec, and they make industrial-sized air units, you know, for like schools and businesses and hospitals, and you know, the big air units that go on top of the buildings. That's what they do. Well, my folks that work there, I have 5 that I work with. Their job is to make light fixtures, and so they assemble light fixtures, and those are the light fixtures that go inside the big air units. Now, some of those air units are big enough that I've seen tiny houses, tiny homes that are bigger than, or I mean, tiny houses that are smaller, sorry, than some of these air units. And so some of the units need no lights, and some need like a dozen lights. And so our group, on a good day, they can make 70, 75 light fixtures. And so, but what I do, I make sure that our group understands what they're doing, how much they need to do, and it's not hard to make a light fixture, to assemble it, but oops. But whenever you have a disability of some sort where you don't think the same way, or think through processes, you don't process information the same way, whatever the case may be, it's not always the easiest thing. And so my job is to be with them, make sure it's done correctly, make sure they understand what they're doing, and then I check them as quality control. And I really like spending the time with them. And so this last couple of weeks, like I said, has been a little different because Nortec, one department, was behind in their work. Another department was ahead in their work, so much so that they had to make the decision that for 2 weeks they were going to get off early. So the department that we are connected to, they work 4 10-hour shifts. We don't, but the department that we're in does, because they get there 2 hours before we do. And then after, well, at the end of the day, our folks are there for 8 hours, and they're there for 10. Well, because of the one group being behind and the other ahead, the 4 10 hours, they reduced to 5 8 hours plus Saturdays. And those that were behind, they were doing 4 10 hours. They went to 4 12-hour days. And so the group that went to 5 8-hour days, that made us have to go, we have to leave an hour and a half early. So instead of leaving at 4 o'clock, we left at 2:30. So it cut our hours down about an hour and a half. But so after I would go, or after we would leave, that hour and a half, I would go and spend an hour and a half on campus with our crew until house staff was ready to take over and hang out and stuff. So plus they gave me my time, and it gave them an extra body to watch what was going on and all that stuff. So anyway, that was the last couple weeks, and that was enjoyable. I got to spend time on campus, spend time differently than I usually do, so I don't get to go to campus very often. So anyway, there's that. And then on Fridays, I go to our other location where we have crews that either build air filters that go in your returns at your house or for businesses and stuff. And I have done that most of my time here, at least one day a week. At times I did it for 3 days a week. And now in the last few months, we have done something different. So instead of helping with the air filters, we have a little enclave where they work shredding paper. All right. It's a good idea when you're messing with stuff. Be careful not to step on the staples. Thankfully it didn't go all the way into my foot. So anyway, I got a bunch of crap over here. Sorry, I said crap. I got a bunch of stuff over here. I should have picked up sooner. A lot of little bitty pieces. I'll probably pull the cart over here at some point. Just get rid of some of it. Some of it's just the little pieces that I cut off when I was building. I just didn't take care of them because I thought, oh, I'll take care of those before too long. And here we are 6 months later. I haven't taken care of them yet. All right, I think I got it. Oh. And y'all, if you remember, a couple months ago, got a brand new gorilla cart, the big one, and I was out here cutting up, trimming up this tree, and still need to pick all that stuff up. So yeah. All right, hold on. All right, Kelly needs my help, so I'm gonna go help my wife. I'll be back. So something I've never seen happen before. So Kelly was trying to take some hoses loose over there, and we have a 4-way splitter. You know, the one goes up onto the the faucet, and then it splits out and you have 4 different options. You can hook 4 hoses, all that stuff. And so we at one time had a timer on one of those and had sucker hoses coming off of it, and on the others we just had hoses hooked up and we could water whenever we wanted to. And so she was trying to take them off, and what we have failed to do, we did not take them off last winter, and so they've been on there, and we really haven't used them at all this summer, so they've just been sitting there. Well, I got a channel lock so I could loosen them up. Well, when I was loosening them up off of the splitter, we had one on this end, one on this end, and the 2 in the middle were empty. And then whenever I was taking the one off, it wasn't breaking loose good, so I just kept using that channel lock to take it all the way off. Well, whenever it came off, the thread part on the splitter actually unscrewed from the splitter itself, and I had never seen that before. I didn't even know I didn't know this thread part, that the male part would come off. I thought it was all like molded or whatever, but evidently not. So that was weird. Then we took the other one off. It did the same thing. So now our splitter of 4 has just the 2 in the middle that are still attached, and then on either end the male pieces came off. Y'all, like I said, I've never seen that before. I didn't even know they're made that way. So we're gonna figure out a better system. And it's just been a tough couple of years trying to stay focused, to stay engaged, to have the desire even to get out and do some gardening. And has just not been favorable. The weather, the pests has not been favorable for us. Grasshoppers, really bad. More in the last 3 years than I ever remember, especially growing up. We had grasshoppers, but they were so bad, and it was discouraging. And the heat, not this year, but the previous few years, just super discouraging because everything just shut down because it was so hot. And then we finally would get something to grow later in the season, but it wouldn't grow well. So anyway, hopefully this winter, we are able to make a plan and implement that plan whenever next spring comes around. And hopefully we'll be able to get some stuff to grow. Maybe we'll take a soil sample so that we know what we're working with, what we may need to amend. And it's just not as easy as just planting it, letting it grow. And so that's just discouraging. So we'll see how it goes. But have y'all ever seen that when you have a 4-way splitter and you take the female part off, but the male part unscrews from the fixture and just comes off? That just blew my mind. So anyway, y'all, I got this all cleaned up and put over there. You see, it's just all clear. I'm not gonna move the center block, but so I need to now mow all this, get close. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set you guys up and probably just have it on a I don't know, what's it called? Whenever it goes fast. Time lapse. Thanks you. Somebody said it before I did. I know you're watching this and you said time lapse. Appreciate it. I was talking about pallets and stuff. I have this here. That's part of what I need to get cleaned up. That's not going to be today. And then I have some wood hanging out over here that I need to take care of. And we have a raised garden bed that we're going to eventually put in place. And that was a freebie for us. And so it's made out of, it's not stainless, it's galvanized. It's made out of metal. So, but we'll have that set up at some point and make us a little raised bed. So anyway, gotta mow. All right, what I'm gonna do first, I'm just gonna mow this back section because I'm already back here. And I'm not gonna mow everything. So I got all this. I got stuff beside you and behind you guys. The backyard, front yard, I also have a stretch down beside the shop, but I don't think I'm gonna wind up mowing everything. I don't know. We'll find out, but I'm gonna start with this back here. All right, well, I got that mowed, and I'm going to get started on some more of it. All right, well, I mostly got the mowing done. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going or not, but the day is getting away. It is almost 12:30, and Kelly has made a lot of progress in a garden spot where she's clearing out, and I got most everything mowed, and it's not hot, but the sun is out, and you get too busy in the sunshine, and boy, I tell you what, it will take it out of you pretty quick. And so Kelly's had a few breaks, and I'm about to take a break, about to have some lunch probably. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish out the video. You guys, I really appreciate it whenever you guys watch. Thank you guys for being a part of the Delighted Acres farm family. And on the next video, I'm going to tell you probably a little bit about a new to YouTube family. They are local. They're about five miles from us, and they have started their own homestead, and he is a veteran, and she bakes a lot of bread, they garden, and they do a lot of stuff, and I'll tell you about them on the next video, so you guys can check them out. And so anyway, you guys, I'm gonna finish up, go inside. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is you're watching this, and I'll see you on the next video.